Okay, so our fifth and final reaction is the combustion reaction. So in a combustion reaction, a substance combines with oxygen, releasing a large amount of energy in the form of light and heat. So before we do our example of combustion of propane, in a combustion reaction, we're going to have either our one reactant is either going to be a hydrocarbon. We know hydrocarbons contain hydrogen and carbon, or an alcohol plus O2, which it says combines with oxygen, to produce CO2 and H2O. Now, which is really important, which sometimes we lose sight of, this is never changing in a combustion reaction. This is always staying the same. The only thing that's changing is right here. And that'll have to be given to you to complete a full combustion analysis. All right, so propane. So we have C3H8 plus O2 will produce CO2 and H2O. So now, the only thing we'll have to do here is just balance the equation. So I have 3 carbons on my left. I need 3 on my right. So we're going to put a 3 in front of the CO2. Now we look at hydrogen. We have 8 on the left. We have 2 on the right. So 2 times what gives us 8, which would be 4. Now, we need to look at our oxygens. So on the right side, we have 10 oxygens. We only have 2 on the reactant side. So 2 times what? 2 times what gives us 10? That will be 5. So our equation will be, or our coefficients will be for this balanced combustion reaction, 1, 5, 3, 4. Now an example with an alcohol. Say I gave you ethanol, C2H6O, plus O2, will produce CO2 and H2O. So now once again, let's balance everything one at a time. We'll look at carbon first as always. So we have 2 carbons on the left. We need 2 on the right. So we have 2 carbons on the product side. Now we look at the hydrogen. So we have 6 hydrogens on the left. We only have 2 on the right. So 2 times what gives us 6, and that will be 3. Now let's look at our oxygens. So on the product side, I have 7 total oxygens. On the reactant side, I only have 3. So we'll just treat this as 1 oxygen. We want to get to 7. So you have to treat this as an algebra equation if you wanted to. That'll be our x, our variable. So if we did this, x would equal to 6. So 2 times what will give us 6? That would be 3. So now, if we look at everything, make sure everything's balanced, we'd have 2 carbons, 6 hydrogens, 7 oxygens, and on the product side, 2 carbons, 6 hydrogens, and 7 oxygens. So our equation is balanced. And the coefficients will be 1, 3, 2, 3. And that concludes our video on combustion reactions.